welcome again to Who Needs a Superhero? We are in Chapter 7, Thor, Transformation. So I'm not sure how many individual parts this is going to be, but we'll get through it as always. Okay, so this is part 1. A frail man kneels on the earth and strikes his walking stick upon the ground. In a blinding flash, the unimpressive figure disappears, replaced by the steel-muscled Thor, the master of lightning and the hammer-wielding Prince of Asgard. The metamorphosis of Donald Blake into the mighty Thor was one of the most dramatic familiar scenes in comicdom during the Marvel Renaissance of the 1960s. Younger readers might have assumed Thor was a new twist on the superhero myth, but actually he was the latest heir of a long lineage. Transformation is the stock and trade in comic book creators. Metamorphosis puts bread on the table for superhero writers, and that's been the case since the beginning of superhero business. Just think of the rumpled Clark Kent ducking into that handy phone booth to emerge in an instant later as the indomitable Superman. In the 1940s, the transformation gimmick was distilled to its purest form when Billy Baston first shouted, "Shazam!" and was instantly transmortified into the scarlet-garbed do-gooder Captain Marvel. The good Captain may not have been the first transforming hero, but he exemplifies the theme: weakness converted into power, lowliness elevated into greatness, and in all in the blink of an eye. Billy Batson was an orphan newsboy lured into an abandoned subway station. He met the wizened Egyptian magician who gave him the magic word Shazam, a mystical acronym that bestowed the gifts of the ancients: Solomon's wisdom, Hercules' strength, Atlas' stamina, Zeus's power, Achilles' courage, and Mercury's speed. At the mere utterance of Shazam, a flash of lightning turned Billy Batson into the invincible Captain Marvel, the real one. The tongue-in-cheek captain flew, crashed through walls, hoisted automobiles, and repeatedly thwarted the evil plans of the insidious Dr. Sivian. Savinia? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Sorry. When danger was past and the adventure ended, once again, saying Shazam reversed the change and restored Billy Batson to his true identity. Billy would return to his mundane daily routine, but in his heart he carried the glowing secret of his greater identity, and the magic word lingered on the tip of his tongue. Through the 1940s, Fawcett Comics, the publishers of Captain Marvel, defended themselves against a lawsuit alleging the character infringed on DC's copyrighted Superman. By 1953, DC finally succeeded where Dr. Sivania had failed. Fawcett Comics brought Captain Marvel to an end. However, the cat was already out of the bag. Future new superheroes might bear less resemblance to Superman, but the transformed into a wonderfully new identity in a flash kind was here to stay. This was the stuff to fire the imagination. Who could escape a chill when amidst the mysterious swirls of a mist Jack Ryder converted to the Myanical and contorted Kripa. What red-blooded boy couldn't feel a pain of envy when Congo Bill transferred his mind into the powerful body of Congorilla? Who didn't long to be Rick Jones when he clashed his wristbands to swap places with the alien hero from the Negative Zone? One of my favorite Transformers was the Fly from Archie Comics. Young Tommy Troy came into possession of a mystical ring that turned him into the Fly, completely with translucent wings, a buzz gun, and goggle-eyed mask. He could call upon the powers of any insect, blinding criminals with a firefly glow. Blinding, I should say, not binding. Blinding firefly glow, trapping them by spinning a web. He could shatter windshields with his cricket hum. Inexplicably, the Fly could also become as tiny or gigantic as the situation demanded. His only weakness was the deadly pesticide chlordane. Like Billy Batson before him, Tommy Troy was an orphan, unwanted and abused. The wretched conditions of Tommy's life further dramatized his change from lowliness to greatness. Do you wonder why Tommy reverted to his true identity at the end of the story? Why return to the squalor and the misery? Why not buy a business suit and remain the adult, powerful, good-looking Fly at all times? In the world of superheroes and comic books, that's not how the transformation works. The change is never permanent. The high and mighty identity is only a loner. That's the rule. And this is the end of part 1. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification button, share and comment, and have a great and wonderful day, and stay tuned for part 2.